Matt has a question he wants to ask, or maybe he wants to share something. So let's listen. Yes, Matt, please, we're all ears.
I wanted to share something, and I know that this is really random and all that stuff, but I saw this thing this morning online, and I thought it was really interesting, and I thought I just kind of wanted to share that with you guys. I don't know if you guys know who the actress Viola Davis is.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So this morning I was just tooling around online before class, and I saw this interview that she did. I don't know how old it is, but it was really interesting because I think she was talking about her daughter, and in the sense that she was saying her daughter was saying something like acting and that she's not pretty enough or something. And Viola Davis said the coolest thing ever, and it just really struck me. She said she told her beauty has nothing to do with acting. She said acting has to do with becoming a person and a behavior. And then she said celebrity has something to do with beauty. And then she said there's no merit. I wrote it down because I wanted to remember it. She said there's no merit in acting just because you did it for so long, and it doesn't mean that you're going to climb a ladder. So you better want to do it, and you better be happy with yourself. And I thought that was really cool, like a cool perspective.
Yeah.
You know, that's so interesting you're saying that, Matt. This is so timely. It's very, very true that I've been thinking about this very same thing, that acting, the passion to act is what it's really about. And if you're truly an actor, it will make you happy to act. And we need to learn to get to the place with our acting that we're doing it just because we love it.
Yeah.
We just love it. Lately, I've been having a lot of experiences with my acting recently, and just getting to that point of, through the anxiety, through all that stuff, of just like, I do this because I love it. And it's so much fun. And if you can approach acting through that, you're going to be so powerful, because you're not even going to care. You're not like, I don't care if I book it or not. And you'll just be, it's just the joy of doing it. So I love that she says that. And it's so true. She says it so eloquently. And this is something I've been acting for a long time, decades, since second grade. I've been acting, and professionally for decades. And I've always been fraught with anxiety and like, I don't know, can I do it? Am I, not that I kind of do it, but am I good enough? Is this being vulnerable, all that kind of stuff. And it's just starting to hit me right now. The key to acting really well is getting to the part that you love it. We all feel that as actors, and letting that motivate you. It's super powerful. Yes, Mila.
I think it's also, this is related, not the same, but related. I think it's interesting to think about the fact that societally we are ushered into this world and this idea of selecting a path, but selecting a path means selecting a financial path.
Mm-hmm.
And you select your path based on what you're interested in, but that there's that connection to money, and am I going to make it, and am I going to do this, where I think it should be more like selecting your loves, and that should guide you. And if you're doing what you love, you know the phrase, you'll never work a day in your life, which I hate, only because I hate cliche phrases, but it's true though. Like, that's what life is about. And if you have a passion for something, that's going to remind you of your humanity, and humanity is what living is.
Totally.
And that's all it is.
Yeah. And that is so true. And I feel like my life has become like a testament of that, because my admin wants me to post on Instagram more. So I've been doing stories more. I don't know if you guys follow me, but if you follow Actors in Action Conservatory, I show like all the stuff I do for work, and it's just fun. I mean, some of it's very stressful and I have to work really hard with it, but like,
and some of it's about shingles kicking your butt.
Yeah, some of it's about shingles kicking your butt and stuff like that. But it's like, and I used to not have a life like that. I had a life, I was working in an office. I was like, doing jobs like cleaning houses, whatever. And I started to listen to myself, and and then boom, something develops, and that can happen for everybody. And it's so true about the whole money thing. Like, Enzo, you're so lucky because you're 9 years old and your parents are like, let's get you into acting. They're not like, Enzo, you can't act because then you can't support yourself and a family, and you got to go be a lawyer. Okay. Because when we get things in our head about stuff like that, acting is hard enough. It is hard enough
Mhm.
without these voices saying, you can't do it because it's, it's an art and you can't make money.
Right.
So not listening to that, following your path. I've written a blog post about this very thing. My most recent blog post was about acting makes you happy. So if you're an actor, you'll be happy if you act because it's what you're meant to do. It's your destiny.
It's interesting. It's hard sometimes to define or explain the urge or the need. Like people ask me, especially from the culture I come from, I always feel like I need to find something great to tell people. There are great things, sure. I can say like I want to tell beautiful African stories that are not told or from other lenses. Yeah. But there's just the urge, the drive to, that need to. So like that's why I'm doing it. People just won't understand, I guess. So.
And that's why when you see, not every acting celebrity is like this, but there are interviews that you watch where they're saying things like, and like in Oscar speeches, when they say, God, I'm so grateful to be doing this. It's because I think most of the time, these are the people that they maybe they never ever expected to be there on that stage or to have these accolades or to have all these opportunities. They just did it because they're like, oh, I love this so much. So when they get to that point and they're getting that recognition that maybe a lot of actors, they do it because, oh, that's what I want. That's the goal. That's the goal.
Yes,
but no.
Exactly.
But the goal is, and the goal for these people that are up there and saying these things is just to do it. It's here, and they're like, God, I feel so lucky because it's like, I can do this and this is happening. I just think that's so cool.
It's just, it's exactly what we're talking about in this phrase, in that paragraph that we've been working on. It's like,
Yes.
it counts because I'm doing it. That's what counts.
No one else hears it or
Yeah.
sees it or.
This is for us who sings, writes, dance, acts, studies, run, and love. This is for doing it, even if no one will ever know, because the beauty is in the act of doing it, not what it can lead to. This is for the times I lose myself while writing, singing, playing, and no one is around. And they will never know, but I will forever remember. And that shines brighter than any praise or fame or glory. So, but finding that, like, what drives you? What drives you with your acting? And you're right, this urge, if you're an actor, you just have this urge to act. It's just in your nature. It's just in our natures. And there's nothing you can do about it. It will never go away. It will never go away. I know that. I actually tried to fight mine for a while. So it won't go away. You gotta let it out. Okay, great. Speaking of which, let's act.